KSI and Tommy Fury are set to fight very soon on October 14th, and Fight Pros are putting their last-minute predictions in. Tommy Fury doesn't see KSI standing much of a chance in the ring with him, and he stated, KSI will be lucky to get out of round 1. I'm sick of playing games with these guys. He's going to get obliterated. KSI had a much more animated and detailed description of how he plans to beat Tommy, but it goes right along with classic KSI attitude. KSI stated, when I beat you, with every year that you breathe, that day will be a constant reminder that you lost to a YouTuber. You can train all you want, it won't matter. Soon you will face reality and it will hurt you. You will be a disgrace for the Fury name and your boxing career will be destroyed when I'm through with you. You don't want this as much as I do. You don't need this as much as I do. No pressure, mate. I'll see you soon. Dylan Dannies is having his own problems with his fight, but he took the time to predict that KSI is going to have trouble with Tommy. Dylan stated, Tommy Fury is going to kill him. I don't know if he'll knock him out, but he will definitely just jab the shit out of him and just outpoint him. He might knock him out though. KSI is nothing good. He's very sloppy. He just swings his arms. He's an easy fight. Vidal Riley definitely believes that Tommy Fury is way better than KSI.
JJ wants to do something that Jake couldn't. And that's a big thing for him. It's a big motivator for him to surpass Jake in terms of how people respect him as a boxer. Tommy definitely is the more complete fighter, but it's not always the more complete fighter that wins. No, the gap is not close in skill, but JJ has the equalizer of power, speed, athleticism. So even if the skill isn't that close, as it shouldn't be, it doesn't mean JJ can't win.
Jake Paul doesn't have much faith in KSI to handle business with Tommy Fury either. Jake stated, I think Tommy knocks him out in like less than 5 rounds. I mean, KSI is doing these gimmick WWE fights up until now. Tommy is his first real test, but who knows, he might throw an elbow on Tommy too. Derek Chisora seems to think that KSI could end up knocking Tommy Fury out though. Derek stated, it's not like he's in and out of the gym, no. He wants to win this fight. On top of that, JJ doesn't have yes men around him. It's going to be a good fight. This fight, I see a knockout, and I see the knockout coming for my friend JJ. He's got more power in both hands than before. Anthony Taylor is just hoping that KSI wins so that he'll retire afterwards. Anthony stated, no, not at all, no. But I want him to win though, because if KSI wins and KSI retires, it's great for Misfits and gives people like me, Salt, Slim, the chance to be the main eventer in the UK. KSI is taking away from other people like Salt, who should have been the main eventer. Idris Virgo even took the time to put in his own prediction for the fight.
To be honest with you, Tommy ain't going through KSI in October the 14th. Just put it that way.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I think Tommy's either gonna, when he loses, he's gonna either retire, but if he don't retire, he'll probably make an excuse and then he'll try to go for Logan Paul or go back to Jake Paul or fight So Pappy. If you've seen his tier list, he's done a tier list on purpose because those are the fights he want to fight before he signed off his gloves. Don't you think it's weird he didn't even mention me on that list? No one mentioned him. It's a bit weird, you know what I mean? He's mentioned Pineda, Anthony Taylor, he even mentioned Swarms. Like, what's that about?
Carl Froch thinks that KSI could put on a good show, but ultimately, he has more faith in Tommy Fury to come away with the win. Carl stated, KSI can have a go. He can fight a bit, throw punches, and stand up straight. They're white-collar fighters. I just think Tommy Fury will beat up KSI and beat him quite convincingly on points unless he catches him and irons him out. David Hay actually seems to think that Tommy is going to make one big mistake in this upcoming fight, and he thinks that he'll underestimate KSI. David stated, I think KSI will beat Tommy. I think Tommy will underestimate him. He'll believe, as he said throughout the whole campaign, that he's not a real boxer, but I think he's better than he's ever been before. I actually think the best of JJ still has yet to be seen. The last fight with the elbow that knocked out Joe Fournier, there's not much you can take from that fight, but I've been assured there's plenty more to come, and it will be a massive upset for boxing. Conor Benn thinks that this is going to be a much closer fight than most people believe, but he still gives the edge to Tommy Fury. Conor stated, It's a hard fight for both, I think. It's a 50-50 fight. I'm not picking. I'm sitting on the fence because I like Tommy and I like KSI. You'd think Tommy would win, you'd think. So I'll maybe go 55% Tommy, 45% KSI. Even Tommy's father, John Fury, thinks that this could be a potentially close call, but he sees Tommy being smarter in the end. John stated, "Well, I'm not so sure. I know this job inside and out. I've been around it all my life. It will take Tommy a couple of rounds just to get to know what he's about. He can't stand in front of Tommy. If he does, it's over. But what he's going to do, he's going to use a 20-foot ring. He's going to get on his bike. He's going to throw looping, awkward punches, and hoping one's going to land. It won't be a bad fight, but I think when Tommy does get to grips with him, it's going to be over." Even Sean O'Malley thinks that both fighters bring a lot to the ring.
KSI and Fury. How do you think that's going to go? This is obviously boxing.
Yeah. Tommy can box. He's a good boxer. The only time I really watched him fight was when he fought Jake. He's good at jab, and he understands boxing. He really, really does. KSI is he's athletic, and he hits hard, and he's fast. Like, he's just an athletic, and he's kind of been boxing a little bit, but it's not been his lifestyle. I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say Tommy probably picks him apart. Tommy could probably finish KSI.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he beats him in every other stat too. I was looking at the stats, like he's like taller, younger.
Yeah.
Amir Khan thinks that this is a complete mismatch, and he sees Tommy being the better boxer. Amir stated, "Fury comes from a boxing family. I think he's a better fighter, and I think he's definitely got the skill set and the power to knock out these influencers. I think it's a mismatch, really, because he's the fighter and he's the one who's been doing it from a young age. I think this is where these influencers can get hurt one day. When they take risky fights against proper boxers, they're going to get hurt." Eddie Hearn hasn't talked much about the fight, but he knows that the fight will pull some massive pay-per-view numbers. Eddie stated, "Callis Sauerland and Mams Taylor are doing a brilliant job, and Misfits are doing great numbers. That show, KSI and Tommy Fury, will do massive numbers. I think it can do 1 million buys, I really do. I watch it and I think it's great. If I was in my 20s, I'd be all over it, but I feel like I've got a job to do for boxing." Tony Bellew thinks that Tommy should be the winner, but he sees KSI as Tommy's toughest fight yet. Tony stated, "You know what? Tommy should win, but I think this will be the hardest fight of his career. JJ has something about him where he'll just let his hands go. Whereas, was it Jake Paul who fought Tommy Fury? Jake Paul wouldn't let his hands go. He was a bit nervous and a bit apprehensive and scared. I think KSI will let his hands go. So while I'm predicting a win for Fury, it's not with any real certainty." Mauricio Suleiman has voiced his support of KSI, but he's admitted that his organization has nothing to do with this fight. He stated, "I like to support everything that is positive for boxing. KSI is a responsible fighter. He goes to the gym and he trains to do it respectfully. The WBC supported KSI against Logan Paul many years ago with an amateur belt. Then we've gone on and supported Jake Paul. This KSI and Tommy Fury fight is interesting. Fury defeated Paul and now he's fighting KSI, but they did not request any WBC convention, so we're not part of this event." When Joe Rogan found out about the fight, he was actually surprised that KSI was taking it, and he placed Tommy Fury on another level.
Does Logan got something lined up?
Yeah. Him and KSI are fighting on the same card.
Yeah, in October. They're fighting
Against who?
different people.
Yeah, different
KSI's
people.
fighting Tommy Fury, and they haven't announced Logan's.
KSI is about to get killed by Tommy Fury.
KSI is fighting Tommy Fury? Who is that?
idea.
Who's KSI?
He's a real famous YouTuber. He's massive in England. Massive.
And he
bigger
boxes?
than Logan. Yeah, he boxes.
He's got skills, but Tommy Fury's on another level.
He don't have more skills than Jake.
No.
And Tommy Fury pieced up Jake.
Right.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.